All right, guys, welcome to the show. The stars, Ashton and Fedor. Ashton's in bed. Special guest, Bejarano.
What's up, bro?
Hey, what's up, man?
Bejarano.
Hey, congratulations too, Joel.
Hey, it's not over yet.
Yeah,
but
it's close, man.
Thank you. Yeah.
Hey, but not only that, you too, man. Let me shake your hand again. He's on the parent club at the junior high and the school site council.
Right.
That's a big deal, bro. To
Right.
do both. Most people don't even get involved.
Yeah, to be involved.
To be involved, man. Yeah, thank you for that.
And that's the whole mission is to try to get more parents involved with our kids,
Oh yeah.
for our kids,
Yeah. Well,
in our community.
yeah.
That's what it's about, right? And
Yeah.
ultimately, the business of the school district is about the kids,
Yes.
not about anybody else, right? So,
Yeah. Wow. And then, so last school board meeting you went to,
yeah.
a lot of good topics.
Oh, you know what? That last school board meeting was fun. I enjoyed
man.
it. And to look at the difference between the school board meetings and the city council meetings is just, it's day and night. The school
yeah.
board meetings are fun. Those city council meetings are just the
Wow.
Hatfields and McCoys. Everybody's got their pointing at each other, you know?
Yeah.
And
So even my wife, she watches both, and she said the exact same thing. Like,
Yeah.
hey, you guys are always having fun.
right.
And man, the city council is a drag to watch.
Yep.
Well, it's because they're not all in it for the same reason. Right now, the school board was fun because everybody wants to do more and more for the kids. And then we got administration, we got Dr. Shepard,
Right.
and she's awesome, and we're all jiving to do it for the kids, so we have a good time doing it. But there are hiccups. Nothing's
Well,
perfect.
yeah, nothing's
Yeah,
perfect.
no.
And so last meeting, a lot of topics. One of them was, there was talk about services, third-party services, because we're having trouble with the negotiations. And one of the things that was said is, school district made its final offer, money-wise, 7-1, and then you had SUDA, which is the teachers union. That's kind of where they're having the issues with coming back they started at 22.85 or something like that. It's almost 23%. So, I mean, just thinking about 8% to 22, almost 23. That's almost, yeah. That's almost three times what the district's offering. So one of the things that was said was, hey, wait a minute. We're not going to move from 7-1. That was supposed to be the final offer. Why? Because we want more for the kids. We want to do a hell of a lot more.
No, absolutely. There
That's
should
what we
be-
said.
Well, that's what it's for.
Right? Hey, you're a father looking in. What do you think? Yeah, right?
Well,
I would imagine.
and even before I was a father,
Yeah.
it's always been about the kids.
Should be.
It's not about adults. It's a whole team. It's collective, but our kids are a priority.
Yes.
That's it. Not that we don't care about adults, of course we do.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's a team, but our kids are priority. Whether it's my kid, neighbor's kid, kids are priority. Period.
Yeah, and I think that's a good point. We do care about everybody.
Yes.
We talk about, there's this infighting about money. Doesn't mean anybody hates anybody, or at least when I was on there, I didn't hate the other side. But the money thing is more money for kids.
Right.
That's the way I see it. That's the way some of us see it.
Which it looks like Measure L is going to pass.
It's going to give us a lot more money.
Right, a lot more money. But then also at that last school board meeting, they found some money.
Some money came in. They didn't really talk about it that much, right? It was
just
kind of
kinda-
like boom. Yeah, even with me, I was like, huh. Well, but I was leaving, so
Which I like it. They found more money for the kids.
yeah. So now you could do more for the kids.
Expand the ag.
Yeah.
Expand the ag since it was
Oh,
taken
yeah.
away.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Ag. Why don't we buy some property? Why isn't there some
Property and build.
Yeah, property. Build an ag farm remotely. You know what?
Pay off some debt.
Pay off the debt, all the debt.
Yep.
Probably gonna happen.
Good.
So I think it depends on. So what I would want to see happen is now there's this. And I hate to say this because you're going to be going on,
Yeah.
but I'm just gonna tell the truth. And tell me what you think, Mr. Bejarano. We see the 7-1. That's our final offer. Now we got a lot of more money coming in. That doesn't mean now give it away. I think I even said at that meeting, the times for just giving money away, that should just be done. If we're going to offer 8%, what are we getting for it?
Right.
I mean, if we had test scores in the 80s, hey, cool, give them more. But we don't have test scores in the 80s. Matter of fact, last test scores were horrific. And this goes back even before COVID. The scores haven't been good. Spent tens of millions on intervention.
How much you say was spent on intervention?
Oh man, I mean, one meeting, I just said it off the top of my head, 50 million, but I was talking about positions over the last decade. You know, it's probably a little bit less, or it could be more, I don't know. But if you add benefits and retirement, everything you put into it, into one of those positions, that's a ton of money. So you don't want to see, okay, so what happened? District-wide math was 24%. And then we had the high school, oh, I can't remember, but it was under 20%. The junior high was under 20%.
So you're saying that we spent about 50 million and we got
somewhere around
20%?
Something like that.
That's not a very good ROI.
Yeah, exactly. Now, 50, so it's probably less or it could be more. I don't even know what the number is, but it's high up there.
Right.
And I shouted out at a meeting and I said, hey, you probably, because if you take how many intervention people you had at one time and you added all their benefits and everything, it's over 100 grand each. And then you do it by, you know, a decade, that's a ton of millions, tens of millions. That's where, you know, that's just a roundabout off the top of my head, but I bet you if they actually try to find out, it's
Okay,
way up there.
Well, that didn't work. What else are we going to try?
Yeah, what else? Well, so now they got something going on. Now they retrained. Now you got basically going back to the basics, math and English language, arts, ELA. That's basically what they're doing. So that, you know, they were trying to retrain. They have mentors for the principals. There's a lot of stuff going on. So at the end of the day, why? They want to see the test scores up. And test scores actually measure if you're learning, right? Because someone even told me, hey, I don't believe in test scores.
Well, test scores aren't they're certainly not the end-all be-all.
No,
right?
no.
But they're a good indicator.
It's a measuring stick.
Yeah, good
what else do
for
you
all.
have to measure, though? That's it. When you try to get into a certain type of big-time college, they're going to want to see your scores,
Yeah.
right? I mean, that's the way it works. If I was hiring somebody, I'd want to know if they did well or if they didn't do well in school. You know? I mean, that's me, man. But anyway, that was one of the topics. The other one, oh, the big one. It's always been the big one the last year, Foggy Days schedule.
Oh, boy.
Foggy Days school schedule. What do you think, man? So let me give Mr. Vera out of the roundabout right here, Mr. Fedor. Districts wanting to change it to where Foggy Day is only for, well, I was going to say bus riders. If Caesar lives somewhere and it's super foggy, and he gets up, and he's going to take his kid to school, but he thinks it's too foggy, he can keep him home, and it'll be excused. But if Caesar's going to work, and hey, I'm going to take my kid to school, well, schools are open.
Right. Open and teachers are there.
Teachers are there.
Okay.
Right now, as of today, if there's a foggy day tomorrow, everything's running, there's just no teachers there.
So teachers don't show up. So what are but kids can still get dropped off.
Yeah. So
what do they do for that 2 hours?
so they're gonna feed
Like
them.
a
They're gonna
study?
play games. Probably watch movies. So they're gonna have the classified union personnel kind of watch over them with administration.
Okay, wait a minute. So classified shows up on time?
Yeah. Yep. Administrators will show up on time.
Administrators show up on time?
Yeah. Cafeteria. They'll be making food.
So the cooks, the
Everybody.
cooks are there.
There's only one group that's not there. Now I don't want to seem like I'm poking at them, but that's the one group.
Right.
So that's been kind of like the red line for some of these people. That's what I've been told. Hey, you know. So here's a quick thing, right? When we first brought it up last year, Dr. Shepard brought it up. There was this big old hoopla about, oh, you can't open the schools, people will die, all this stuff, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And yeah, that's what they were saying.
On Facebook, yeah.
Yeah, it was all over social media, and it was a lot of the employees. So at the meeting, I brought that up because what had happened is it was this big old stink. You better not open it up. You better, we're gonna come. We're gonna pick it. All this stuff was being said, but we opened the school still. They're just not taught. Kids are taught, but the schools are open.
Right.
So that's what we're doing, continuing right now. To I guess we're trying to negotiate. If you were at that meeting, we want it done, but it hasn't came to the table yet. So, in other words, this is a parent choice, and the reason why we were trying to do it so the kids now will be being taught those couple hours in the morning, and not only that, everybody else is there, you know.
Now I have heard.
But how are they being taught if the teachers not being
No, yeah, well they're not. They're not being taught those first couple hours out of Foggy Day because they're not there. Everybody else is there except for one group. So I mean, I don't know. So
Yeah. Wow. That's
it doesn't seem very fair. First of all, you know, when you start thinking, I never thought about it until it was brought up.
So in a sense, when they were saying last year, because I remember it being all over social media,
Oh, yeah.
they canceled Foggy Day, they
That's
canceled
a
Foggy
big
Day.
lie.
It wouldn't be a lie if what they're meaning is they're canceling it for the teachers.
So yeah, so if they try to say that for them, that's what it is. But
Right.
that's not what was
That's
said.
not the
and
narrative. Right.
That's not what was actually going on. That might be some people's particular narrative.
Right.
They might have felt like that and try to portray it like that.
Right.
But that's not what's going on.
Okay.
Yeah. So
So does a teacher get paid to stay home?
yeah, I think the pay's the same. I
So
remember-
they- Wow. Okay.
So those are just facts, but that's what's going on because for the people that are watching this is a really big deal
Oh, it was
to
huge.
one group. To one group. Everybody else is like, hey, what do you? I mean,
Well, there was
hey,
a lot of uproar last year. I
Oh
remember.
yeah. Well, I think the uproar and the parts from the community was because someone said it was canceled.
Right.
No, we canceled. That's why I purposely brought it up.
Right.
Asked the superintendent. Well, that was a lie. Did you hear about it? The Foggy Day when it happened?
I did.
What do you think about it?
Hey man, every working person has to be on time to work.
Right?
I don't get foggy days.
Yeah, I don't either.
I mean, if it's foggy, I'm checking
Still
the
gotta go
weather.
work.
Yeah, I'm
Oh,
checking
yeah.
the weather the night before. I'm gonna have to get up a little extra early.
Yeah. Sometimes I'm driving a semi on that, man. But anyway, I just wanted to bring that up because that was a big topic.
Right.
That's why it was brought up that night too. What else happened? Oh man, I wrote this down
You tell
too.
me you got it written down.
Oh, I just wrote down some notes real quick. One of them was about sex ed in schools
Oh.
in 7th grade.
That-
Your kids in 7th grade, right?
Nobody needs to teach my kid that.
Right?
Well, that's
Yeah.
That's a great point because
Yeah. That's
As a mom,
that is a
that's-
great point.
That's our job.
Exactly.
Winters brought that up and talking
did.
about the fact that it was an opt-out program. So
Yes.
if you're a parent, you can opt out of it, but you have to say something because by default they're going to teach your kids. So
Yeah.
so you have to be active, which you're active.
Roger,
yeah.
do you know? I'm
Yeah, go ahead.
thinking they're gonna send out some information with
Oh yeah.
the packets and.
Yeah, so I wrote it down
Registration.
because there's always so much going on.
Right.
So I got to write some. Sometimes I got to write some notes. So Mrs. Winters did do a great job bringing this up.
Yeah.
When she brought it up because it kind of, I mean, I read it, but it didn't really, it didn't stick to me to where, you know, like what she was saying about it. So when she was talking about it, it's actually called a passive agreement. So the parent doesn't make sure the school knows. Doesn't, I don't know if they're gonna do where you call or you do a signing or whatever it is, but you actually have to let them know.
Right.
It's because if you don't let them know, they're going to teach it.
Right.
They're going to teach your kid that. So you have to make sure. So I think so what was said is they don't have a specific date yet, but it's going to be 14 days before before they do it. They're going to let the parents know, and the parents are going to have a day to see it or check it out, and then you're going to be able to opt out if you want. So you don't want your kid doing it. I wouldn't want my kid to do it. You have to opt out. Now, for all the people that don't know it or aren't paying attention to the parent square messages or however else they're going to let you know, your kid will be taught it unless you tell them no.
Right.
Unless you say no. So I thought that was a really big deal. And Jennifer went on to say passive. So basically the passive opt out. So I guess that's what it means.
Yeah.
You have to opt out, otherwise it's going to get done. So.
And they didn't talk about the curriculum or what's going to be taught. She was just talking about sex ed in general.
So yeah,
So-
and 14 days before it happens,
They're gonna show
yeah,
the parents.
the parents will have an opportunity to see what they're
Right.
gonna do. So yeah, you're gonna have to opt out. So I'm not really big into that. So I talked to my kids about it. So
That's my job.
that's exactly. But a lot of parents don't mind or don't care or don't talk to them about it. I don't know. But yeah, like you're real strong on it. So you got to make sure you opt out your kid if you don't want to. You don't want them to teach them that.
I'll be looking out. Thanks.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
You know, as a matter of fact, I'll probably do video right before. That way,
Yeah, we need to
that
let
way,
everybody
that way you
know.
let everybody know what's going
Yeah.
on, man. So that was
I'd like to see that curriculum.
yeah. Well, you could ask for it too now because remember they said they were going to bring it to the board, and then Jennifer said we didn't preview it.
Oh.
So you could ask for
Okay.
it. That might
So
even
it
be
hasn't
a
been previewed yet?
No, not what's
Oh,
coming, and it's
yeah.
actually they're going to be bringing people in from Fresno County. that know the content and the law. So they'll be helping teach the class with the teacher.
Well,
for the
that's
kids.
something we ought to go over at a board meeting.
Why not? I love to
Yeah.
go to that board meeting, man. Dude, man. So that was a good one. Oh, they talked about the Veterans Day ceremony. Mr. Lopez from Garfield, the principal from Garfield, came talked about Veterans Day.
Oh, nice.
See, they had this whole little celebration.
Mhm.
So that made me start thinking about the flag salute. Remember how that became a big deal?
Right.
So now you got all these veterans there. What would happen if you didn't do the flag salute with those guys over there?
Oh.
Oh man! Wow, dude.
I'm doing the flag salute every time. I don't care.
Yeah, I love doing it. I used to ask them, "Hey, let me do it."
Right.
And then when they would ask me, I'd be like, "Hey, I'd love to do it because
It's the
I
best
love
country in the
it."
world, man.
Yeah, dude.
Men and women have died for us.
Man. So yeah, I wrote that down. A Veterans Day celebration.
You know, one thing that was really cool was that Shepard, Superintendent Dr. Shepard went and they recognized some of our students.
Oh yeah. See, I don't really know the whole story. Shame on me, the story about it, but it was because of what happened in Kingsburg.
Right, because of the
Football game.
Yeah, the Kingsburg game, and there was issues, and there was some things that Kingsburg did, but forget about that. She just was recognizing some of the students. I know there was cheerleaders there, and
Yeah.
and she just recognized them for the exemplary way they handled themselves.
Oh yeah.
And so that was cool, man.
Yeah. I want to find out more about that because I know Dr. Pickle came, Principal Pickle, and he was ticked,
Pickle was just
He was
a
mad.
hair away from
pulling the team.
pulling
I
the
wish he
football
would
team.
have.
Yeah, pulling the
I
football
wish
team.
he.
up,
I
yeah.
wish he would have and teach them Kingsburg a lesson. It would have been a big thing.
Yep.
You know, it would have been a big deal.
No, that
if you're
was,
going to act the way they were
So,
acting.
so that's one of the fun things that was fun about that meeting is here you have these administrators and that are looking out for our kids.
Oh yeah.
They're really doing their job. They're into their job. Dr. Shepard teared up when she was talking about it. It was just,
She's amazing, man.
yeah, it was really cool.
Yeah, no, that was good. Oh man. So with Dr. Shepard, so closed doors. It's basically personnel negotiations. That's pretty much it. Everything else that's going on in the district is right there on YouTube, man. Anybody can see it.
Wow.
That's what's cool about it. I mean, it's all out there. The personnel stuff, you know, it is what it is.
Yeah.
But hey, let's bring up Mr. Bejarano, man. You were the SRO, dude, for how many years?
Man,
A long time.
a long time.
Hey, that's where I met this guy. And one of the coolest things ever was I just got on the board, and we did a walkthrough, and we went to remember the rock
Oh,
class?
the rock, yes.
And
And they were
they-
using security as
Man.
I guess instructional aids.
Well,
I don't know.
they were
Yeah.
babysitters. What they were doing, man.
So they were using security
security
instead of the security being out there doing
walking
security.
the
yep,
campus.
walking
Right,
the
right.
campus, man.
Wow.
I remember you walked me in. I was like, "What the hell?" And you were just shaking your head, like, "Man." I was like, "Oh man."
You know, I bleed black and orange.
Oh,
You
man,
know,
yeah.
our kids, man. That it affects ultimately our kids and our parents.
Oh yeah, and all this stuff that you know, because then we had did a walkthrough, and you were telling me some of the stuff going on. And went to the junior high, and then went to Heartland, man. And Caesar was so inspirational that right away we went back. I went back to the board. And here's the funny thing, is back then when I first got on, we were told by the superintendent and the board president at the time that, hey, behind closed doors you can talk about anything. Well, come to find out years later, that's not the way it works. As a matter of fact, there was a grand jury, investigation during the recall, and that was a big deal, was, hey, you're supposed to label it. Well, that's not what we were told. But that had been standing practice for a very long time. Now, why I bring that up is because after doing the walkthrough with Mr. Bejarano, I brought it up that, hey, man, this guy's so badass. And then at all three schools, can you imagine if he's just at the high school who has all these issues going on? If he's just there, oh man, it'd be awesome. And then get somebody else for the junior high. They need somebody 24 hours too, man.
So more SROs.
More SROs, and we actually got it. I think in 2014, we actually got the second one. And then I think about, I don't know, maybe 2 years ago, right when I first came back on the board, man. Here we go. One of the first things when they were having to cut money, they went after safety. They went after the SROs, man, and that was a big old fight. They wanted to try to get, because we had two at the time, cost us around 200 grand, and they wanted to cut the 200 grand. And anyway, after throwing a big old stink, they decided to keep 100 grand.
Well, what were they going to do with the rest of the money?
Well, they were just cutting. They were cutting back on the money. So one of the ways to save a quick couple $100,000 was safety, and the whole board almost was okay with it, man. And I wasn't, so I spoke out. So even one board member can make a difference, you know. If you speak out on certain things, man. So I spoke out. Hey, that's garbage. No way, take it away from safety. And to be honest with you, it was bad, you know, bad management that caused those issues, man. So, but yeah, man, took away from safety. But no, this was a big time guy right here, man.
I hope we can get a second one.
Yeah. Well, so the board is already pushed, and the district. I don't know if we've okayed it, but we already said we wanted it many times. But the city doesn't have the personnel for it right now.
Right.
So once they get the personnel, we want it. But we also want a lot more security at all schools. You know, especially the country schools, Eric Y.
And the council is in favor of it, right?
The majority is. Remember who voted no? There was a 3-2 vote on
That's
on
why I
SROs.
asked the question.
Yeah, it was 3-2. Mr. Robertson and Mrs. Guerra voted no against the SROs, man.
Okay.
Yeah. And I don't care what the reason is. He'll say, oh, because of money. I don't care. You
Right.
still voted no, bro.
Our kids are a priority.
Priority, right? Right? And now Mr. Fedor, hey, you're on. You're going to have to work for this guy.
You're the boss, man.
No, you don't want. I'm not the boss. I'm not the boss. You work for our kids.
Right
And you
on.
work for every single parent.
Right on.
I'm not the boss. It's not about me.
Right.
It's not about you, and it was never about you.
Yep,
Right
exactly.
on.
You're right, 100%.
That's it.
It's not about
And
the
I'm not
adults.
mad. I'm just passionate, man.
No,
I
exactly.
know.
I know I don't talk
I know,
to
I
you,
know.
but
No,
I'm just passionate
No,
because our kids, parents deserve the best.
Yep. Absolutely.
Our facilities are horrendous.
100%.
Agreed.
Money was shifted to do other stuff to satisfy other people, and that is absolutely garbage.
Right on.
It's about our kids.
Yeah.
And I hope.
Well, that kind of goes back to the whole percentage, 7%, 20%. Why is the district wanting to stay at this certain number?
Every
We
percent.
want more.
Every percent they take is a percent that doesn't go to our kids.
Exactly. That's always been the whole point. Why do you fight over money?
Right.
Why? And then I hear stuff. You know, people tell me, "Hey, well, you don't care about us." What do you
We
mean
care
we don't
about
care about
everybody.
you? Yeah, we care about everybody. But when people run, you've ran. You know, you've ran.
Hey.
We don't run. Do we run for the adults?
Hey.
Why do we run? We run for the kids.
This is public service.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Work for our kids.
The kids. Dude, I've never ever said I ran for the adults. Hey, I always said, hey, be fair to everybody.
Right.
But I'm running for one reason, and it's it was the kids, dude. That's the track record, man. All you gotta do is look at the meetings. And we'll be able to track Fedor, man. Hey, Caesar, we're gonna show up at his house if
I will.
we don't like what he's doing.
Show up at the house anyway.
Oh man.
No,
Hey,
but congratulations, man.
Yeah.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
It's gonna be great.
Scary, man.
Oh no,
no,
yeah,
no, no,
absolutely.
no. Always gotta have
Yeah,
fun, man.
Yeah,
Oh.
you gotta have fun.
That board right now, you guys should have a lot of fun, man. I'll tell you why I think it's fun too, is because we're doing things for kids. The hard stuff is going to be like the negotiations and the adults being sad or upset. That's the but that's in the
Right.
side mirror, man. Right here, dude. Right here is all about the kids, man. You know, I already know you're like that too.
I mean, it's measure out passes or it passed. It passed.
Yeah, it's passing. It's still there, but it's probably going to pass.
I mean, that's just extra money for the kids.
Right, that's the way I see it, man. There's a lot of money right now. It's gonna be good. You got to have good management. That's why we were at the meeting trying to make the stand. Hey, this is what it is right here. And why? Because we want more for the kids. We want to put Mr. Fedor on the spot, but
No, hey, dude, I mean, from what I see so far, because I haven't been in behind the doors, but I agree, 100%, man.
yeah. So anything else, guys? Anything else you guys want to bring up, talk about?
Happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Hey. Yeah. Happy Thanksgiving. Hey man, it's late. What is it? Tuesday night.
Tuesday night.
Dude, we're over here having a good time talking. It's kind of freezing
Well,
cold.
no, thank you for serving our kids,
Oh,
our
no,
community, our
shoot.
parents.
Hey,
Always
hey man, that was my pleasure.
Hey man, always trying to do what's right. You got basically crucified for doing what's right several years ago.
Oh yeah. Well,
But it's the right thing to do. Our kids are
Yeah.
most important.
yeah.
Everybody's important, but our kids are number one.
Yeah,
The whole,
exactly.
it takes the whole team
Mhm.
to make our kids successful,
Yeah, no, exactly.
but they're
man.
priority.
Oh yeah, they should be. So I told the story. I'm going to tell it right here on the video, man. So after 2014, ex-board member president comes to my house right after the election. So we sat out here and he tells me, "Hey, I want to be the president one more time." I told him, I don't know what to tell you. He says, "Hey, well, do you want to fire this person, this person?" No, man, that's why everybody do their job. But I told him this is where I was coming from. I go, "Hey, man, look. It's not like where I work. I'm delivering soda pop all day. It's totally different because this affects our kids, man.
Their lives forever.
Yeah, I want the best. So, what's wrong with wanting high test scores? I want the kids taught. You want them taught at a high level.
Yep.
You know what I mean? If you're paying, you're paying a lot of money. You should get your money's
We're
worth.
public servants.
Exactly.
We're public
That's-
servant.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now, sir,
Yep. Thank you.
Yeah.
right?
Hey,
That's
you-
it,
yeah.
man. Hey, you were a police officer. Same thing too.
No,
right?
yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Dang. ex-SRO right here. Damn, dude. You were the, like I said, he was the inspiration for the second one.
You wanna
And
come out
even
of
more.
You want to come out of retirement?
Hey, I bet you he probably would for that. You would be good, dude. Hey, your dad would be good, man. You would be good at it, for sure. Because I remember when we walked, dude, this guy demanded respect. I mean, he didn't even have to do anything. You could just see it.
Right.
They already knew this guy right here.
Well,
That's why I was like, man, if we had another one of these guys at the other school, yeah, but I don't know. I not knowing how the other one would be.
Right.
But I just thought they were all like this guy because this guy was like Mr. Macho Man. This
and
guy
it wasn't
cool.
about me. The parents did an excellent job, shaping their kids to come to school and show respect. I mean, that's what we give.
Yeah.
I mean, the kids had a lot to do with that portion of it, but it's I love Selma.
Yeah.
I
Right on,
hope
man.
Oh, yeah.
keep doing a great job.
Right on.
We're
Hold my feet to the fire.
we're absolutely.
Hey, yeah, this
we're-
guy scares me, dude.
No, man, it's I'm just a guy.
Yeah. No, we're dads, man.
Yeah, we're all part of the team, though.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm sure
A good
that
fight.
I'm sure that we're not gonna agree,
On everything.
and it's okay.
Right. Right.
But it's not about you.
Nope.
Nope.
Please remember that it's not about you.
Nope.
It's about every single little kid from K through high school that come to Selma.
Yeah.
That they're our kids.
Yeah.
And
So
that's,
kids first.
Oh, absolutely, 100%.
Yeah.
Even older than high school because we got the adult school.
Yes.
You know,
yes.
that was, I don't remember if it was this meeting or last meeting. I know we're going long here, but I want to talk about this.
Yeah.
Remember all the hubbub about when they were going to close Washington and how
Oh.
terrible it was going to be and everything.
Yeah.
The adult school moved into Washington,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, that was a good move.
And Shepard was talking about it. They're already bursting at the seams there.
Yeah.
With people,
I
with
noticed
adults.
that.
With
Yeah.
Noticed that.
adults. I mean, I want to say
Awesome.
that's awesome, dude.
So I'll say this, and I have to say it, is that happened because of Dr. Shepard. The board supported it, but
Right.
she brought it to the board.
Right.
She made sense. A lot of people don't know in 2007 they built 2 wings. So we
That's
were
specific for
yeah,
Washington.
yeah. We were told that was to move Washington over
Right.
sooner or later. But I think what it was is the politics. Because whenever you brought it up, you had both unions upset about it. It happened.
Right.
It happened this time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it happened this time. But Dr. Shepard said, "Hey, that's only the right thing to do." So she went over. I mean, amazing. You got to have guts, man, to really do the right thing all
Well,
the
you
time.
have to care.
You have to
Truly
care.
care about the kids.
Oh yeah. So let me say something else because I love Dr. Shepard, man. She's, no one's perfect, but she's pretty awesome. So, last September, we go meet at the high school. I might have already told this story. I don't remember online or on the video. But anyway, we go to the high school. We're in the dining hall. The teachers, the administrators, and she pulls up the paper with test scores. Says this is unacceptable, man. And I was there, and I was like, wow, oh damn, where have you been? Where have you been? But I knew we were in trouble still, because after she says this, and I loved it as a father, I was like, man, this is exactly what I'm talking about. And it's over. The meeting's over. Start walking out. Well, here comes some of the members, and they tell me, "Hey, can we talk to you?" I say, "Yeah." what's up, guys? I don't want to say their names. I don't want to embarrass anybody. But they tell me, hey, we're the pros. We know what we're doing.
Evidently you don't.
But look at the test scores. You know what you're doing? Come on.
Right.
Come on. I think what happens and this was said at a meeting, Mrs. Alani said, as Dr. Pickle, hey, why do you think the scores have been so low for such a long time? And he said, well, and don't quote me on a word for word, but it was something along the lines as, it's because it's been accepted.
Right.
The scores are low. No, there's no push. That's why one of the cool things about the new board kind of formed, Mr. Sahota comes in, and he never stops talking about student achievement. That's all he ever talks about. And we talk about
he's doing a good job.
Yeah, he's doing a good job. And even though it's been talked about, it was never really pressed. He started pressing it. Dr. Shepard comes in. She starts saying, hey, what the hell's going on here?
Right.
It's not acceptable. And she's right. I mean, some of us have been barking that for years, but it became, status quo. So it took a different mixture of board, and it took a new board, and then a superintendent that, she's as high as they go, man. She's big time. And for her to, and she was retired. She came out of retirement. What did she say at the last meeting? She came out because she liked working with the board. She liked what the board wanted. We wanted to work for the kids. We wanted more for the kids.
Right.
And she that's what she does. She's awesome. She's excellent. Oh, you're gonna love being on there, man. And and then your part.
As a parent, I want more for the kids.
Yeah.
Right on.
Not only my kid, every
Everybody's
single
kid.
kid. So
Yep. Exactly.
Yeah. Wow.
Exactly.
Dang. Yeah.
that's fantastic.
I can't wait to see it happen.
Oh, you're gonna be in the mix. We're gonna be in the mix on the outside.
Yep.
I mean, shoot,
Absolutely.
you being the
Site
being on
council?
Yes, school site council and the parent club, and then you're active. You're real active.
Yep.
I'm gonna stay active. I'm gonna watch the meetings.
Most definitely, especially now that there's extra money to do more for our kids.
What are
There's
they
no
gonna
reason-
do?
There's no reason not to.
Yeah, you could be one of the guardians now, decision makers.
Ooh.
Wow.
Well, actually, and then us too. So this is one thing I think I've told Joe many times, man. And is if there was a group of parents, man, even just 10, that go to the meetings, watch the meetings.
Right.
They're always talking to you and Rosemary and Nick. Anything that comes up that makes sense, it's gonna happen.
Right. For the kids.
Yeah, man. As I sat there, when parents come and they say something that makes sense, we've always jumped on it, unless there's some kind of something that's doesn't make sense, or by for some reason we can't do it by law or whatever. Whenever it's come, man. Oh, that's my favorite time too. I always jump on it, man.
Right. Right.
Always jump on it. So anyway, you got that opportunity now, and then we get the opportunity to hold them to the fire.
Absolutely.
That's it. I work for you guys.
Once again, man, it's not about you. It's not about me. It's not about him. It's about
No.
our kids.
Yeah, it was never about me, man. Yeah, I love it, man.
No, and you proved it.
Oh.
And thanks
Oh,
again.
No,
man,
thank
for
you,
everything
man.
that
Well,
you've
shoot,
done
thank you, man. You were on the
For our
SRO,
kids.
man. Can you imagine the SRO? Dang, dude.
for our kids, man.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Our kids deserve it. Selma deserves it.
Yeah. No, man. It's gonna be fun. All right, guys. Well,
Happy-
Joel,
happy
congratulations again.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Same, man. Happy Thanksgiving, and hey, thanks for being on the parent club over there too, man. This is gonna be one of your guys right here. Wow.
Go-to, man.
You're
my go-to.
Hey, do the right thing for the kids.
That's it. That's it. And here we are talking about kids.
That's it.
That's what we're over here late Tuesday night, freezing cold, boogers coming out, everything, man, for the kids, and get information out to the parents and the people. That's all we did. That's all we're doing. All right, man. Thanks, guys. Thanks
Thank
for
you.
watching the show.
See you, Selma.